Alrighty, welcome Niraj Nayak to the show, the Renegade Pharmacist. How's it going?
Fantastic, man. How you doing?
Good, good. Yeah, so my shows I generally just do free flowing conversation. I don't really have an agenda. Just like to see where it goes and talk about your life. We can talk a little bit about my life because we're both going to be posting this episode. And yeah, so let's just start with you. You had a background as a pharmacist, and then you realized how corrupt corrupt. I don't know if that's the right word, but how ass backwards the
Yes.
system is, and you started shifting things in your life. So why don't you tell everyone about that?
Yeah, certainly. Uh, I actually worked in the community pharmacy for about 7 years, 7 or 8 years, and this was my big insight into the state of the healthcare profession in the UK. And it was very alarming to see how few people were actually getting any significant improvements in their treatments, and how many people were going away with like shopping bags full of drugs every single month. Day in, day out, I'd see patients of all different types, all different types of conditions. And people felt very helpless in the system. I think most doctors and pharmacists were not fully aware of the harm that can be done, but caused by adverse drug reactions. I think if they really understood the impact that they create, most pharmacists would run a mile. They wouldn't stay in the profession. So I wanted to do something about it, and I ended up actually helping people get off the drugs by making very simple lifestyle changes. And primarily, it started with diet. And the way I would do it was give them a healthy shopping list based on the conditions, where they'll go over to the local supermarket, which was across the road, pick up the foods and follow the recipes I recommended. And I had amazing success with that. But it was also pretty shocking to see how few people actually made their own food and how many people were reliant on factory based processed foods. We became a very easy kind of, microwave meal kind of culture. And so many people were drinking fizzy drinks. That was another thing, versus just actual plain water. So what I did was I made a little an analogy for patients as a way to help them understand the importance of diet. And that was, I said to them, like, imagine your car, what happens when you put the wrong fuel into the engine? Say you got a diesel engine, you put petrol into it. And most people have done that, so they're pretty familiar with what happens with the engine, like spitting and sluttering, and maybe having to go and see a mechanic. So I would say that imagine you are a super efficient bioengine, and you've been literally putting the wrong fuel into your system. And when people understood that food is like a fuel, an energy source, and is what's needed, and you become what you eat is really what you become. Um, it was like a big aha moment because most people were not aware of the impact of food, unbelievably. Like, and this is like we're talking like in the mid 2000s. So we've become a very, very dumbed down society. And I had amazing results just by making these little switches. I mean, for one example, there was, and this is how ignorant the doctors were as well, was that there was one guy who was in his 50s, he was on like 15 different blood pressure. He was on several, maybe up to about 8 different blood pressure medications. And he was young, he didn't look like he should be on any medications. And when I started to do the investigation, it turned out that he was drinking 15 cups of coffee a day with 3 spoonfuls of sugar in it. And the doctor, when I called him up and said, "Hey, do you know that this guy is on drinking so much coffee every day, so much sugar?" The doctor just was like completely ignorant to it. He couldn't believe it himself, actually. And I said, well, don't you think that there might be a link between the health of his heart, cardiovascular system, and the amount of coffee he's drinking? So I said, like, why don't we just see if he will swap coffee for something else and see what happens? And boom, you know, they decided to come off the medications. So I've got loads of stories like that where, you know, people came off, especially blood pressure medications and diabetic medications, type 2 diabetes, like just by simple diet changes. So this really like sparked me on, motivated me to find out, you know, like perfect solutions for people, where so they didn't have to be on drugs long term. And that actually got me promoted to the head office of one of the biggest supermarket chains in the UK. And I came up with this idea of giving out healthy shopping lists to patients through a website, and where you deliver food to people, like especially like people who are like housebound, you know, can't get food properly, and they're dependent on other people. And it would have been amazing. I called it prescription diets, but it literally 6 months into it got shelved because the idea was considered too renegade. It would have made too much of an impact in other areas of the business. And that was the first time I really felt this absolute disillusionment with the world, and just this my lack. I just didn't believe in any kind of spirit or God could exist. When people are genuinely trying to help people, and then some corruption kicks in and blocks an idea that could really, really help people. And I was so frustrated with the system that I had a choice. I either have to stay in the corporate head office, try and get a job there, which was a nightmare. I mean, I don't know if you've ever worked in a corporate head office in the cubicles. I was like, this is not the existence I want. Or I had to go back to being a pharmacist, doing what I was doing before, which was also very depressing. So boom, I actually got hit with a lightning bolt almost, you know, from the heavens. And I came down with ulcerative colitis, which is where it's a disease that affects the colon, and you get ulcers. And basically I was shitting blood like 40 times a day for a year. And I was in like the lowest point of my life, and ready to give it all up. I was just surrendering to the system. I'd already asked the consultant, like, will diet make an improvement on this? And actually I was trying all of the things that supposedly right. I was eating lots of vegetables. I was having like kind of raw foods. I was eating, you know, I was doing all of the things that conventionally at that time, you know, vegetarian, vegan foods and all this stuff was considered healthy by all the health nuts on the internet. And nothing was helping. Food was just passing through me. So, and I even said to the consultant, what about diet? Is this going to help? Does this impact this disease? She goes, no, diet doesn't, stress doesn't, it's incurable. Just shut up and take the pills. Pretty much that was her thing. And then they say that God stands for gift of desperation. And literally I was at such a low point because I was given two choices: either become a guinea pig for a drug that hasn't been tested yet, or have your colon removed if that doesn't work. And then you'll be shitting through a colostomy bag for the rest of your life. And I was like, life can't get much worse than this. So luckily at that point came someone who gave me a third path, a way out of this, called Swami Ambukananda. She's a very close friend. We worked closely together. And she basically taught me the foundations of yoga, pranayama, Ayurveda. And she said to me, if you can heal yourself now with your background and your like compassion, you'll be an amazing role model to other people. And so I went with what she said. A few months down the line, healed myself, realized that according to Ayurveda that there's no one size fits all when it comes to diet, and that you need to know yourself. You have to understand your energy types, body type. And what I realized from that was actually that somebody with ulcerative colitis, the worst things you can be having is lots of salads and fresh vegetables and fruits. It actually makes the condition much worse. So I started to change my diet completely to what some would say unusual. you know, because I was having bone broths, I was having steaks, you know, I was having like more beef in my diet and more grounding, nourishing foods that was really helping to heal the gut. I also discovered something called colostrum, which is the first milk, which is actually the most nutritious food you'll ever consume. And it literally gives you your lining of the gut, and it gives you like the ability to digest adult food. Now, this is the first milk that your mother produces when you're a baby, when you're just born. And if you're not given enough colostrum, if you're not breastfed, for example, it can cause a lot of problems with your digestive system. Thousands of years ago, the Ayurvedic doctors understood that um, there's two types of milk, and cows produce the first milk, there's colostrum in abundance. They make 4 or 5 times the amount that the calf needs. And so they would take the excess for human consumption, and they would use it to heal digestive disorders and diseases that arise in the gut, like even also a lot of autoimmune conditions begin in disruptions in the gut and the health of the gut. So that was a major shift for me. The other thing was pranayama. Pranayama means energy control, and it's basically pranayama, energy control. And basically, this is the system of breathwork, breathing from ancient India. And I learned from this, again, what we're the contrary to what we are supposed to believe, which is that oxygen is your friend and that we should get as much oxygen as possible and breathe really deeply. Actually, it's the opposite. Carbon dioxide is our friend, and excess oxygen can actually cause problems in the body. It's called oxidative stress. And when you're under stress, you actually overbreathe. You breathe too much oxygen. And imagine in every cell, you have an energy pack called the mitochondria. And this is where oxygen burns with glucose to produce ATP energy, currency of energy in the body. So by understanding how to modulate your oxygen levels in your body, we can actually turn stress on and off. And with this knowledge, I discovered that how to raise carbon dioxide levels, how to get the oxygen off red blood cells into the cells where it's needed. There's a variety of different pranayama techniques that helps you turn off the stress and get into rest and digest healing modes. And I use pranayama techniques combined with music, my love for music, so I started to get really into music again, as a healing modality to get me into these trance states where I could literally reprogram the subconscious mind. That was another thing I really discovered, was the power of meditation, and also a book called The Power of the Subconscious Mind by Joseph Murphy. And I started to really understand how the brain works and how subconscious mind and conscious mind are different, and how you can consciously control your autonomic nervous system. So that combined with some yoga exercises and things led me on this healing journey, and I was healed within a few months. So then I made a pact. I'm going to do whatever I can to help, firstly, put science to what I've done, what I was doing from these ancient techniques, but also to help other people in those situations. And that led me to create the Renegade Pharmacist site, which has become quite a popular resource for alternative health information, especially in the areas of breathwork and pranayama. And then also SOMA Breath, which is my school of breathwork, which trains people like instructors to become really good at helping people with health issues and other issues, like helping people just get the most out of life using the power of breath. And we also have amazing programs there, which anyone can do to like literally transform their life using a combination of techniques that I'd used when I was sick with colitis. So yeah, that's in a nutshell a bit of my journey so far.
Where are you guys getting your colostrum from?
So we get our colostrum from grass-fed cows in the US at the moment. We also have a source in India where we now are bringing it into Europe. And these are from, like, you know, in India, that cows are considered holy. So they're treated very well. And in America, we always choose the best farms where the cows are treated with love. And yeah, and we always use whole fat colostrum, full fat. Nothing is adulterated. You should never take the fat out of colostrum. In fact, you should do minimum invasion into the production. So you should have as least human intervention as possible. So it's the most natural form of colostrum you can get. That's where how you retain all the goodness and the healing properties.
Have you? So I've been recommending colostrum for a few years now, and it's one of the foods that definitely helped save my life. Have you found that anyone has dairy intolerances are actually able to tolerate colostrum?
Yeah, and I also find that it can even fix dairy intolerances, because a lot of the times the intolerances have occurred over time because of the impact of things that we've done to our gut lining. It could be because they weren't breastfed enough. That's one reason. Another reason could be just too much alcohol at university, things like that. And all these things can leave an impact. So colostrum can come in there, fix the lining of the gut, and allow you to digest proper milk, and other foods like gluten, for example. So yeah, I feel like it's one of these substances that can actually just make you have less allergies and fix the digestion in the gut.
So your school is called SOMA?
Yeah.
And you have divisions all over the school, or is it just in the Bay Area? Where is it located?
Oh, no. SOMA's an online school, and
It's an online school.
we run retreats in different parts of the world. So I'm mostly based in Thailand, in Koh Phangan, but I also live in Europe, and now we're established and based here in Venice. So I'm in LA. Yeah, and it's just expanding. It's growing really well right now.
How do your retreats work? How do your retreats work?
Okay, so we have two types of retreats. We have a retreat called The Awakening, which is a very powerful retreat. It's for people who want to literally activate dormant parts of the brain that haven't been used before, waking up innate powers that we all possess. Third eye is a big aspect of this. We're using these third eye activation techniques, and a lot of the techniques that we do in The Awakening are based on my time when I was in India, where I was working with these after-school franchises where we were, they're very popular in India now, where we would take children through a 2-day experience, transformative experience, where you're doing these ancient yoga techniques with accelerated learning techniques. And what we were observing was remarkable feats from these children, where the third eye awakens, and this gives them supersensory abilities. Now, in children, it's okay. Between 4 and 14, it works very well because the neocortex hasn't fully developed, and kids are more in this alpha beta brainwave state during this time, and the reptilian brain is more aware. Whereas as we grow older, the neocortex starts to form, and it starts to shut down some of the activity of the reptilian brain, the midbrain. So you lose some of these natural abilities that children already possess. But what we do in The Awakening is we help you get back some of those abilities. And that could be more intuition, better creativity, thinking really outside of the box, but more physical strength, energy, endurance, compassion. And these are one of the things, this is what my big goal is right now, is that if we're going to change the world, we have to change the brains of mankind. We have to change the quality of a person is actually a lot down to our hard disk. The hard disk is our physical body. And in Ayurveda, there's no separation. The body and mind are one. Okay, so with understanding, unless we work on the parts of the brain that deal with compassion, kindness, and love and self-love, and in empathy and intuition, these positive traits that we should be developing, we're never going to change as human beings. The world is never going to move forward. So really a big part of what I'm doing, my mission with SOMA, is that we're just by going through one of our programs, a 21-day protocol, you develop desirable qualities in the brain that have not been present because we just haven't been trained in it. Our schooling system doesn't train in these qualities. Most of parents these days don't have time to help children become more compassionate and kind and empathic. But these are things that we can develop, and we can still develop them as adults. And so this is a big part of what we're doing with SOMA.
Can we do a sample breath work, like one of the most basic breath exercises? Could we lead the audience in one of those?
Yeah, sure. Of course. Okay, so this is a way for us to quickly turn off the stress. Okay, so what we have is we have the autonomic nervous system, okay, which controls all of the parts of the body that run on autopilot, like your digestive system, your heart rate, immune system. They're all controlled by the autonomic nervous system. Now, there's two sides. The sympathetic nervous system is the fight and flight response, the energy response that produces the adrenaline, and we need this to get things done, to do, move, and make stuff happen. The parasympathetic nervous system is for rest, digestion, reflection, creativity, and thinking, deep thinking. Now, we don't spend enough time in the parasympathetic state, or if we do, quite often it's out of balance. We're like too much in the parasympathetic state and we become lazy. And if we're too sympathetic, we become too stressed. We can become angry, we can become, agitated and aggressive, too much. So we need a balance. So this one breathing technique actually switches off the sympathetic nervous system, puts you into the parasympathetic nervous system. It's a really good technique to do after having food that helps you digest. It's also good for sleeping. Okay? It's really simple. So everything we do in SOMA is rhythmical, based on rhythm. So if you have music that has like a beat.
Can I play? I could play some right now. Do you have it on your YouTube channel?
I can play one of my tracks.
Sure. Go ahead.
All right. Cool. Let me just set this up. Okay. We'll do one round of the daily dose. Okay. Okay, so just okay. You hear this?
Yep. Oh, I can see it. Yeah, I can hear it.
Okay. So you want to sit with your back straight, upright position. You can also do this lying down if you want to go to sleep. But for now, just make a nice alignment so the energy can move freely. Your back straight, keep your eyes closed. You can just bring your awareness to your breath. And just bring your awareness now to a feeling, an intention of gratitude. By embodying gratitude, we actually switch on the feel-good hormones of the brain. And when we feel good, our vibration becomes stronger. The goal of what we do is to raise your vibration. So that's why embodying the feeling of gratitude is amazing. Just bring yourself into feeling of gratitude by just thinking, feeling, seeing in your mind's eye like a movie playing right now about a time when you're really grateful. Something that makes you feel so grateful to be alive. Imagine it's playing right now as though it's happening right now. And just embody that feeling. And you can even send this positive energy now towards something you want to do let's say in the next 7 days, something you want to achieve, you might be holding back, something really important. If you achieve it or attract it, manifest into your life, it will also make you feel so grateful to be alive. Just keep your eyes closed. Just get ready to breathe in the rhythm. In a moment, you're going to hear a beat. And I'm going to say in, I'm going to count the rhythm, and then when I say out, you're going to breathe out. You're going to breathe in from your belly, then into your chest, and make a circular motion through your nostrils, always breathing in through your nostrils, out through your mouth. Smooth, slow, and connected. The beats. In, out, 2, 3, 4. So those. In, out, 2, 3, 4. In, 2, out, 2, 3, 4. In, 2, out. 2, out, 2, 3. Get that rhythm. Smooth, connected, no pause between your inhale and exhale. In through your nose, out through your mouth. So keep breathing. Keep that rhythm smooth and connected. Like the wave of an ocean, moving forwards, back. So I keep breathing. In, 2, out, 3, 4. In, 2, out, 2, 3, 4. In, out, 2, 3, 4. That's right, keep breathing. Now your nervous system starts to switch. Go into that parasympathetic state, feeling a tingly sensation as your blood vessels dilate. That rhythm going. Trying to feel more and more in the flow. Whole nervous system cools down. Vibration rising. 4. In, 2, out. 3, 4. In, 2, out. 3, 4. In, 2, out. 2, 3, 4. In, 2, out. 2, 3. In, 2, out, 2, 3, 4. In, 2, out, 2, 3, 4. In, 2, out, 2, 3, 4. In, out, 3, 4, in, 2, out, 3, 4, in, 2, out, 2, 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 keep breathing, keep connecting, in, 2, out, 2, 3, 4, in, 2, out, 2, 3, 4. Now fully in and fully out, all the way out, make a hissing stance. Let go of all the air in your lungs. Let your neck drop forward. Let your chin go towards the chest. And hold your breath. Now hold your breath beyond the comfort zone. So there'll be a point where you need to breathe. Try and hold it beyond that point. That's where the strength, growth occurs, when we go beyond the comfort zone. Really get a strong urge to breathe. Let your neck drop forward. Keep that locked. But if you need to breathe, a little sip in and back out again. Back out. Blow all the air out. And hold it. Hold it. Relax every muscle in your body. Your eyes closed. And just bring your awareness now to start feeling of energy moving from your blood into the cells, healing, generating every single cell in your body. Let all the air out. Blow all the air out and hold it out. No air. See how long you can go. Levels start to drop, start to get that positive response in the body. That's right, and you go into that state of meditation. You hold your breath, you go into a deep state of inner bliss. Get that big urge to breathe now. And take a deep breath in, fully in. Hold your breath in. Squeeze your forehead. Pull up the pelvic floor muscles. Like this. So you're sending energy up into the brain. Hold it as long as you can. Can't hold any longer, just relax. we go.
Can we do the whole thing?
You want to do the whole thing?
I'm gonna use the restroom. I want to do the whole thing for sure.
All right, go for it.
I'm gonna pause the recording.
So let me just.
Hey everybody, make sure you're following along. You need this much more than you need words or more facts.
Okay. So we're going to round 2 now. The daily dose. So bring yourself back into normal breathing. Bring your awareness towards an intention. Something you want to manifest. Your eyes closed. Now you'll see the rhythm changes. In, 2, 3, 4. Out, 2, 3, 4. In, 2, 3, 4. Out, 2, 3, 4. In, 2, 3, 4. Out, 3, 4. In, 2, 3, out, 2, 3. In, 2, 3, 4. Out, 2, 4. In, 2, 3, 4. Out, 2, 3, 4. In, 2, 3, 4. Out, 3. In, 2, 3, 4. Out, 3. In, 2, 3, out, 3, in, 2, 3, out, 3, in, 2, 3, out, 3, in, 2, 3, out, 2, 3, in, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4. That's right, keep going. Keep breathing, keep connecting. Slow, smooth connecting. This breathing pattern is creating a state of coherence. We optimize the blood flow from your heart to your brain. Every single function in your body is rhythmical. When you breathe in rhythm, harmonize every rhythm in your body. Rhythmic breathing is we're getting into the flow. Breathing in that rhythm. And now take a deep breath fully in. Squeeze and let go. Hold your breath. Let your chin drop forward. Keep it quite lock. Just go into that still place of meditation. Life is just a series of inhales and exhales. When you press pause on your breath, press pause on life. This is where your thought files reassemble. It's like pressing defrag on your hard disk. You get moments of clarity, inspiration, sudden aha moments. Whatever thoughts, ideas, visions come to you right now, pay attention to them because they're important. Just keep your neck locked. Keep the energy contained within. Visualize this energy is moving through you, the current, supercharging, nourishing, healing, rejuvenating every cell in your body with the light, the divine white light of your higher self. This is the ancient practice Himalayan yogis, Kumbhaka, to reach samadhi, states of bliss, oneness, connection, everything that all that is. Keep expanding that breath retention, holding the breath out, going deeper and deeper. That's right. In a moment when you get really big, strong to urge to breathe, you're just going to take a full, big, deep breath in, hold the breath in and contract the pelvic floor muscles up. Now imagine you're pulling electricity up from the root, like a current into your third eye, activating your midbrain, the seat, your supersensory connection. That's right. This is your ability to transmit frequency to the universe of what you want to bring in, call in, attract, manifest into your life. And when you're ready, just coming back to normal breathing. There you go. All right. How you feeling?
Amazing.
This is the ancient practice of Kumbhaka.
What is it called?
Kumbhaka. Kumbhaka. It's ancient Himalayan yogi technique that predates the Vedas even. It's a very powerful technique. It's derived from the Soma tribes who used to revel in psychedelics and created the tantric lineage as well as yoga, meditation, Ayurveda. All of these things came from learning techniques like this, the ability to harness and move energy around the body. And this is what you just did. Combining it with rhythm, sound, music. It's like a magical process. Awakening every morning. Should be your daily dose. Your ritual.
Totally. Could you send me that track?
Yeah, I'll gift it to you.
Yeah. Or do you have it for sale or whatever?
This is on our website. This is the daily dose, and we're making a 7-day challenge out of this.
Okay. Yeah, I totally want to dive deeper into that. And do you have a version where you're guiding it with?
Yes. Yeah, this was the one without guidance, so I could, pick you up.
Well, you were guiding this one
I
though.
was just guiding it just through live through this.
Yeah.
I have one where it's pre-recorded with my voice.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And we have a
Wow.
21-day protocol which takes you through various breathing practices. Each week gets more and more powerful.
Okay. Wow. Could you send me a link to that for people to buy it? And
Yeah.
can you send me a link to the one with and without you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
Beautiful. Beautiful. I really don't even feel called to like diving deeper into like words. And I think this was the perfect ounce of medicine for my audience.
Nice.
And I don't even feel like we need to go any further into story.
That's good. I
Is
like
that okay
it.
with you?
Of course.
Okay.
Fantastic. It's a pleasure.
Beautiful. This was beautiful, beautiful. I would love to keep in touch if you want to send me your email or whatever,
Yeah, certainly.
because I know I was in touch with Natasha.
Yeah. Yeah. We can stay in touch for sure.
Okay. I'm moving to Santa Cruz if you're ever around.
Oh, I have some very good friends there.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. What do you do yourself then?
I'm a detox coach.
Okay.
Parasite, heavy metal, mercury, Lyme detox. I help people clean this vessel so that those sort of exercises are even more potent and
Of
more powerful.
course. Beautiful.
I went through about 3.5 years of severe, life-threatening illness, and
Really? What did you have?
I had severe mercury poisoning and parasites.
Oh, wow. How did that happen?
Fillings, sushi, swordfish, tuna.
Really?
Yeah.
Sushi is dangerous, is it? Really?
Yeah, I would stay
Raw
away from it
fish.
unless you're gonna have vegetarian sushi.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that like a more of an American thing, or is this is a worldwide thing?
I guess it's pretty worldwide. I mean, sushi in Japan is even worse because of the radiation in the fish.
Yeah.
And sushi in the US, we're dealing with radiation, but unless you're getting a very, very small fish like a mackerel or sardines, which rarely sushi is made with, then you're basically taking in mercury. And then the salmon that they use is farmed salmon, which is highly toxic, very low vibration.
Really?
And if you're lucky to get a wild salmon, that's pretty safe. But everything else is really, really toxic with mercury if you compound it over the weeks of having it.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I know. I mean, what quantity were you eating?
I was having a lot of sushi. I was having all you can eat sushi like once a week. I was a jiu-jitsu fighter. I traveled around the world and competed in Brazilian jiu-jitsu for about 5 years. And so my appetite was voracious. And I had all you can eat sushi once a week. And then I probably had sushi one other time that week, like high quality.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're having a lot of fish in your diet.
I was
Because
having a lot.
yeah, I had a heavy metal test about a year ago, and I was pretty fine actually.
Did you have a hair test?
I had it was a blood test. I think I didn't have a hair test.
Blood test is useless
Is
unless
it?
you're
Not the blood test. It was the DMSA
urine challenge. It was a DMSO challenge test.
Yeah.
So urine.
Yeah, urine. Sorry. Yeah.
Those are pretty accurate. Those are pretty accurate.
Yeah, that's what I had. Yeah, but I was all clear.
That's good. Your breath work probably helps you detox.
Yeah, and also I do a lot of stuff with saunas. I do a lot of sauna and niacin stuff.
Great, excellent.
Yeah. So I'm sure that helped.
For sure.
Yeah, man. Cool. All right. Very good.
Yeah, awesome.
So well, good luck, man. I hope everything works out. How's your podcast doing?
It's good. It's pretty secondary. My YouTube channel, just me, is my main thing, and then every once in a while, I have someone really interesting that I want to talk to, or people reach out to me, and I jive with it, what it was for us. I totally am on board to just getting that dose of medicine for my audience, and sharing your whole vibe and business with them.
Yeah.
So it's doing great. I mean, I got like 23,000 subscribers on YouTube now.
Yeah. I can
So
see it. It's really good.
nice. Yeah.
Fantastic. So then you basically do coaching off the back of this.
Yeah. I do coaching and I sell a class. I sell a master class of all of my years of detox knowledge kind of distilled into that. And then I do retreats. My next retreat is in a month in Santa Cruz. And then I'm doing a big one in Colombia at Mountains of Hope. And it's the end of September or October, and at a big retreat center. I'm going to have about 18, 20 people. And that's going to be a really, really nice one.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Very cool, man.
Yeah.
Nice stuff. All right. Well,
All right, Niraj.
anything else?
Thank
Yeah,
you.
I better get going. But yeah, it's fantastic.
Okay. Peace, brother.
Cheers, brother. Awesome.
Thank you.
Stay in touch. Peace.
For sure.